In Japan, organized crime isn't hidden, it's incorporated. The Yakuza have office buildings with their family crests on the front door. Business cards, tax records. They're criminals operating in plain sight because for decades, they've been tolerated as a necessary evil. But that tolerance is ending. Anti-Yakuza laws are crushing them. Membership dropped from 180,000 in the 1960s to under 25,000 today. Banks won't serve them. Landlords won't rent to them. Hospitals can refuse treatment. This is what it's like to climb from street punk to godfather in an organization that's dying. And why, even as it collapses, young men still join. This is your life as every Yakuza rank. Level 1 for 1. Chinpira. You're 16. You dropped out of high school in Osaka. Your father is ashamed. Your mother doesn't talk to you. You spend your days at the pachinko parlor, smoking, wasting money you don't have. A man in his 30s sits next to you. Expensive suit. Missing a finger. He doesn't introduce himself. He just watches you lose. Then he speaks. You shrug. He hands you 10,000 yen, you deliver it. The sushi chef takes the envelope without a word. The next day, the man is back. He hands you 20,000 yen. This goes on for 3 weeks. Small jobs, deliveries, watching a warehouse, following someone and reporting where they went. You're being tested. One day, he gives you an address. It's an office. There's a sign outside with a family crest, the Yamaguchi-gumi, the largest Yakuza organization in Japan. You've heard of them. Everyone has. You're about to meet the boss. Level 2. Kobun. You've been initiated. The sakazuki ceremony happened in a private room above a yakitori restaurant. You sat across from the oyabun, the boss, while a senior member poured sake into ceremonial cups. Yours was full. His was not. You drank first. This ritual binds you as father and son. Legally, in the Yakuza's eyes, you are now family. They gave you a Yakuza name. Not your birth name, your criminal identity. You're Kobun now, foot soldier. There are 200 other Kobun in this family. You're expendable. Your first job, collect protection money from 15 businesses in Roppongi. The senior member who trains you is missing 2 fingers on his left hand. He cut them off himself. Yubitsume, the ritual apology for failures. Pinky first, at the first joint. Then the next joint. Then the ring finger. The businesses you visit pay 50,000 to 200,000 yen per month. A barber shop, a hostess club, 2 restaurants, a construction company. You bow. You're polite. You don't threaten. Your presence is the threat. Shop owners pay because the Yakuza keep other gangs out. It's a tax for order, protection that's actually real. When Chinese triads tried to move into this territory 2 years ago, the Yakuza killed 3 of them and dumped the bodies in Osaka Bay. The triads left. One restaurant owner tries to negotiate. You call your senior. He comes in personally. They talk quietly. The owner pays full price. Later, your senior explains. You're learning. This isn't about violence. It's about perception. The threat is enough. Usually. Level 3, Wakagashira. You run a crew now. 10 to 20 Kobun under you. You're a Wakagashira, a lieutenant. You manage territory, construction sites, entertainment districts, port operations. The Yakuza control an estimated 70% of Japan's construction industry through bid rigging. Here's how it works. A city announces a public works project, a bridge, a stadium, a highway. Construction companies bid for the contract. You coordinate which company wins and at what price. Companies that don't play along get labor problems. Cement doesn't show up. Workers go on strike. Equipment gets vandalized. You take 10% of the contract value. On a $50 million project, that's $5 million. You keep $500,000. The rest goes up the chain. You also manage the cops. Not through bribes, through information sharing. Some cops grew up in neighborhoods run by Yakuza. Some have family in the organization. The line between law enforcement and organized crime is blurry by design. A detective calls you. There's been a murder in your territory. A Chinese triad killed a Yakuza member over a drug deal. The cop doesn't want this to escalate into a war. You find the shooter. You hand him to the cops. He gets 25 years. No trial, he pleads guilty. The alternative would have been worse. The Yakuza don't forget. Your Oyabun trusts you with money now. Millions of yen flow through your hands every month. The rule is simple. You can steal once, but you'll disappear before you can spend it. Nobody steals twice. You're making $50,000 a month. You have a condo in Shibuya, a girlfriend who thinks you work in import-export. She doesn't ask questions. She knows better. Level 4, Shite Gashira. You're 43. You oversee 5 Wakagashira across multiple districts. You're managing a criminal corporation with hundreds of soldiers. Your meetings are with heads of other families. Not fights, business deals. Territory agreements. Who controls which ports? Who gets which politicians? The Yakuza generate an estimated $20 billion annually across all families. Most of it's legal. Real estate, entertainment, security services, finance. You own a legitimate security company. It employs 200 people. It's profitable. It also serves as a front for money laundering. You attend community events. You donate to local festivals. When the 2011 earthquake hit Tohoku, your family delivered food, water, and supplies before the government arrived. The public noticed. For a brief moment, the Yakuza looked like heroes. The Yakuza are bad, but at least they help people, the newspapers said. But the 1992 anti-Boryokudan law changed everything. Banks can freeze your accounts. Landlords can evict you without cause. Businesses can refuse service. You can't open a cell phone contract under your real name. You're a legal ghost. Your legitimate business is struggling because partners are scared to work with you. Banks won't give you loans. You're making money, but you can't use it openly. You launder through crypto, real estate in other countries, front companies in China and Southeast Asia. Level 5, Psycho Kimono. You're 54. You've survived 30 years. Most of your generation is dead or in prison. You're a Psycho Komon, now senior advisor to the Oyabun. You don't manage operations anymore. You give counsel, strategy, history. You remember when the Yakuza had a code, giri duty, ninjo compassion. You helped earthquake victims. You mediated neighborhood disputes. You kept the streets safe. The public feared you, but they also respected you. Now the young Kobun are reckless. They don't understand the old ways. They traffic drugs openly. They kill civilians. They attract attention. The government is using this to justify crackdowns. Membership is collapsing. Young people don't want this life. Who cuts off their own fingers for honor in 2026? Who lives as a legal ghost? Who sacrifices everything for an organization the government is systematically destroying? You watch the Oyabun struggle to adapt. The organization is diversifying cybercrime cryptocurrency, international partnerships with Chinese triads, and Russian bratva. It's not what it was. It's survival, not tradition. You're rich. You have $5 million in offshore accounts. But you can't retire. You can't leave. You know too much. The only way out is death or prison. Level 6. Oyabun, you are the father. 500 to 1,000 men call you Oyabun. Your family is one of the big 6, Yamaguchi-gumi. Sumiyoshi-kai in Nagawa-kai, Kudo-kai, Aizuko-tetsu-kai, or Kyokuto-kai. Together you control Japan's underworld. You generate billions. You move product methamphetamine from North Korea, heroin from Southeast Asia. You control ports in Kobe and Yokohama. You launder money through legitimate businesses across Asia. You have partnerships with criminal organizations in 15 countries. You meet with politicians privately. You fund campaigns. You broker deals between corporations. You're a shadow government. When construction companies need labor, they come to you. When entertainment districts need security, they come to you. When someone needs a problem to disappear, they come to you. But the anti-Yakuza laws have crippled you. You can't open a bank account under your real name. You can't rent an apartment legally. Your children can't get jobs if employers discover their Yakuza family. Your wife left you 5 years ago. She couldn't handle living as a ghost. The government is targeting your revenue streams. They shut down your front companies. They audit your associates. They offer deals to your lieutenants, testify, and get reduced sentences. 3 of your Wakaga Shira flipped in the last 2 years. They're in witness protection. Now, you had their families threatened. It didn't matter. They talked anyway. The code is dead. You're 58 years old. You're worth $50 million. You can access. You sleep with a gun. You have bodyguards, but you don't trust them completely. Betrayal comes from inside. Your father built this family. You're watching it die, level 7. The exile, they got you, not through violence, through law. The government charged you with racketeering, bid rigging, and violating the Anti-Boryokuden Act. Your lawyers fought for 2 years. You lost 15 years in Fuchu prison. You're 60 years old. You'll be 75 when you get out, if you survive. Prison is different for Yakuza. You're separated from general population. The guards watch you constantly. Other inmates are scared of you. But they also know snitching on Yakuza gets you killed. Even in prison, the code exists. Your family visits once a month. Your daughter refuses to see you. She changed her last name to distance herself from the shame. Your son is 25. He's struggling to find work. Employers see Yakuza family on background checks and hang up. Your organization is fracturing. Without you, lieutenants are fighting for power. One was killed last month, shot outside a hostess club in Shibuya. The younger generation doesn't respect the old guard. They are starting wars you can control from prison. You read the newspaper. Yakuza membership dropped to 24,123, down from 184,000 in 1963. The government is winning. You built. Level 8. The cycle. But there's always a kid in Osaka, 16 years old, dropped out of school, sitting in a pachinko parlor, smoking, wasting money he doesn't have. A man in an expensive suit sits next to him, missing a finger, watches him lose, then speaks. You got nothing better to do. The kid shrugs. The man hands him 10,000 yen. Deliver this envelope. Don't ask questions. Come back tomorrow. The kid takes the money. He doesn't know he just signed his life away. He doesn't know that in 20 years, he'll be in prison or dead. He doesn't know the code is dying and the government is winning. All he knows is someone finally noticed him. Someone gave him money. Someone treated him with respect. And that's enough. The Yakuza are disappearing. Membership is at historic lows. The golden age is over. But the cycle never truly ends. Because there's always a kid who feels invisible. And there's always someone willing to make him feel seen. This is the Yakuza. Not a gang, a dying dynasty. An honor code, corrupted by greed. A 400-year tradition being destroyed by spreadsheets and bank regulations. The government is winning. But the cycle continues because poverty, shame, and the need to belong don't disappear. With laws, they just find new forms.